is a huge honor today to be podcast interviewing Arianna Cromartie. Did I say that correct?
You said it absolutely correct.
Right on. And she is you started something that caught my attention, the Gold Virtual Assistant. It's goldvirtualassistant.com. Let me read your bio. Let me first introduce Arianna K. Cromartie, the owner of Gold Virtual Assistant, the leading dental virtual assistant. If you're not familiar with the concept of her business, she can explain it to you. Gold Virtual Assistant caters to the modern-day dental professional who desires efficiency, rapid results, and keen eye for detail on both long and short-term basis. Her company provides professional administrative support to dental offices across the nation. She provides services to include verifying insurance, claims management, account management, and more. We live in 2015, a day of modern technology, and with that being said, we at Gold VAs believe that dental office staff should receive a makeover. I have been in administrative for over a decade, and throughout my time, the one thing that goes unnoticed is there are never enough hands to lend and heads to put together. I remember working in an office 8 to 5, leaving for the day thinking I can do more around 7 o'clock at night. I developed this business for the purpose to achieve my goals of providing a stable but yet productive working environment as well as help achieve the goals of other dental offices. I come to you all today with the goal of spreading the importance a virtual assistant can bring to any dental office. Although we order pizzas by text, submit prescriptions with an electronic click, buy a home from another country, even submit our taxes electronically, we still, for some reason, are skeptical of a virtual assistant. Why? Virtual assistants are the new dental office, and whether you sign up now or later, you will eventually have at least one virtual assistant on your team years from now. I mean, I don't know too many people that would be hesitant to someone putting money in your hands, and that's actually what dental offices are doing when they reject the idea. And I just want to say the reason, and by the way, it's an honor that you spend time with me today. I know you're a busy woman, but my good buddy, Rick Workman, who started Heartland Dental in little old Effingham, Illinois, he basically has something like this for his corporate chain. I think he owns 1,500 dental offices with like 1,000, huge. And he told me the only problem scaling his virtual assistant, that type of deal, is he can't hire enough people in little old Effingham, which only has 10,000 people. And I don't know if you know where Effingham is, but it's out in the middle of effing nowhere. And so the big DSOs, who the small general dentist is competing with, they're doing this with spades. I mean, they can't grow their call centers and all this stuff fast enough. And you're bringing this home to the small town individual dentist.
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
So what gave you this idea? And tell us your story.
Well, what really gave me the idea of Go Virtual Assistant, I was working for a corporate dental office, and even though I was in corporate dentistry, we still had a struggle in the front office. And most of the times the struggle was the insurance verification. So I called a few buddies of mine and I said, hey, what are some of the things that you guys are experiencing on your day-to-day in the office? And the one thing they said was, well, it takes the patient some time to come back to the back because the insurances aren't verified correctly. So a little light bell rung in my head and told me, hey, why don't you start a business where you can provide these services to these dental offices? So, and here you go Virtual Assistant.
So now, are you more of a full-time for a dental office when they sign up for this, or is it more like an overflow? Like if their phone rings 4 times, it rolls over to you? Or tell us exactly how this works. So you're talking to several thousand dentists. Most of them are driving in their car. Try to paint a picture with details of exactly how it works, how much it costs. Go through your whole explanation.
Okay. Well, with Go Virtual Assistant, you would come on board with us. Some people, they do it every day where we go in and we just take over their insurance verifications for the entire week or for the entire month forever. Some people, they say, hey, can you just verify my new patients whenever they come aboard? So what I would do is, or what my team would do is, we would remote into their system and we will provide the verifications for them, whether it's on our breakdown sheet or on a breakdown sheet they have provided to us. We update it in the system. We do everything as if we were an actual employee sitting in the office with you all.
And it's so amazing because, I own a dental office, but I own a media company too, Dental Town Magazine website. And God, on the Dental Town side, so many of our employees, I mean, like Howard Goldstein does CE, he's in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. He's a lot of our sales team, two of them live in New York. I mean, so, and then I notice a lot of people from home, like even my president. Lori says, she likes to work from home on Friday. The president of our company, Lori Zlowski, says, I like to work from home on Fridays because I'm not interrupted and I get twice as much done.
That is absolutely correct.
And there, it's just this old farm mentality where everything has to be done on the farm. You got to make your butter and eggs and cows and pigs. Everything's got to be done in the office. And you're saying, it's a lot easier just to buy your eggs at the store instead of having a barn full of chickens and outsource some of this stuff.
That is absolutely correct.
But would you say more people are they're totally outsourcing specific staffs, or is it more of an overflow situation?
I would say it's more so specific. Like, say, for instance, with us, we get a lot of people that call in and they just say, hey, I have someone that's doing the insurances right now, and we want them doing something else. We have people that say, hey, we want them doing something else. Can you take over this task completely? We do get, it's very rare where we get phone calls from people asking for the overflow part of it, but more so just take over the task, specific job duty. You're our actual employee without being an employee.
And would you say to this statement true or false? Half of America lives in 117 metros. Like you're in the Atlanta metro.
Yeah.
You're in Snellville, Georgia. I'm in Phoenix. That's where half of America lives. The other half lives in 19,022 small towns and villages. And a lot of the dentists tell me, dude, you don't understand. You're in Phoenix. There's a 3.5 million metro. You can hire great people all the time. I'm in this hodunk town of 2,800 people, and I don't think there's one more person I can hire in this town that could do these tasks. Do you find more of your customers rural where they have less access to a lot of applicants, or not really?
We do, but a lot of the time, say for right now, we have for some reason, a lot of our clients are coming from Missouri. So we have a lot of people from the rural areas as well, but I guess it's just dependent. It's really hard trying to find really good staff nowadays, especially for the front office, because they hire everyone just to do, your reception work, even if they don't even have any dental experience. So it just depends.
Well, you know why you're getting a lot of clients from Missouri? I went
What?
to dental school at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, graduated in '87, and the Royals just won the World Series, and the Chiefs are in the playoffs. So no one's working in that state. They're all just watching ESPN. So on this insurance verification, you hear these people saying there's these companies that have automated insurance verification through computers or
Hmm.
whatever. But when I try to get my dental office to do that, my office manager and front office just say,
Just
no, it doesn't work. It can't be automated. You still have to be a human. Can you go through, and you're talking probably only to dentists. I don't know of any non-dentists that really listen to my show, but can you go through the specifics of why you think insurance verification can't be automated with some of these softwares and why it still takes a human to do this?
You need that actual human touch. You need that personal touch whenever you're verifying an insurance. Insurance is very important in the dental office. A lot of the times, they'll go through the clearinghouses and things like that to try to verify the insurance form. It only gives them a small amount of the information. Sometimes the information isn't accurate, even though it's coming straight from MetLife or, Delta Dental or things like that. You need someone in the office to actually go through your insurances, verify it. There could be things that the automatic system don't ask. Say, for instance, inlays. What if the automated system doesn't know how to, generate the information for an inlay? I'm not big on the automatic system. I feel like someone should personally be calling and verifying those insurances. And then once you get the facts back, if there's an extra question, you need someone to actually call the insurance company and ask them, hey, why isn't this covered? Or are you make sure that it's not covered? So that's important information.
Yeah, we always call it. My team we always call it keeping it real. We won't recommend or do anything until we're doing it in our place, and we have not been able to automate that procedure. So I got a lady named Kalani, and it's a Hawaiian name, and she that's basically all she does. She just sits there as a human being verifying insurance all day long, and I've had her sit through several demos of these programs. When I ask her how what she thinks, they just laugh. They go, we go down this road, you're gonna be regretting it. So what do you mean verify new patients? What does that mean? Verifying a new patient?
So a lot of people, they call in, they'll say, hey, they want us to do all patients, new patients recall. But say when a new patient comes in, they want that full breakdown verified. So they wanted to know all the frequencies. They want to know, hey, did that patient go somewhere last month and get any treatment done? If so, we need to know about that. They want to make sure that, hey, if this patient comes in, we're able to go ahead and take the certain precautions and follow up on possible same-day treatment. If everything is verified with the insurance correctly, whenever that new patient comes in, you can go ahead and present to that patient and let them know, hey, your insurance said that they'll cover 50% towards this crown. Do you want to go ahead and possibly schedule it?
So you actually, when you do this, you dial into their system.
Yes.
And so how does that actually work? So, first of all, the first question is the major systems are Dentrix, EagleSoft, SoftDent, PracticeWorks, Open Dental. Do you work with all those?
We work with all of those. Yes, sir.
And how long have you been working with these?
I would say now for about 4 or 5 years.
And do you like any of those? So if a young kid was in dental school, and was coming out of dental school, and you got someone like you who, you go talk to your dentist and they're using SoftDent, and you say, hey, what do you think about SoftDent? He says, it's great. And then, of course, I'm thinking, well, yeah, that's the only one you know. How would you know it's great? Great compared to what? But you work with several different ones. Is there any, if some kid was in dental school, what ones do you like the most?
I would say Open Dental is, of course, is probably, it's a little more easier to maneuver for me. I probably would go for the Open Dental.
Yeah, and that's what everyone says. In fact, I've been on SoftDent since '87, and I'm like this close to pulling the trigger and switching this because it's going to be a huge pain in the ass to deal. But yeah, so what makes it harder about Dentrix, EagleSoft, SoftDent, all the others?
I just like the way that it's easier to assess, get into Open Dental and actually update the information in Open Dental. With EagleSoft is, I pretty much like Open Dental whenever it comes to things like that. It's easier for me whenever I'm verifying the insurance to put the information in there code by code. With SoftDent, I really only had about one client that ever used SoftDent, and with them, they even merged over to Open Dental.
Was he a real old, fat, senile, bald guy?
He was older, but
That's me. That's me. I'm on SoftDent. Oh, so you're saying it was another old bald guy?
He wasn't bald.
He wasn't bald. He was wearing a wig then. He was wearing a rug. Yeah, but you know what? If you go in Dental Town, by the way, if you go into Dental Town, there's a little search bar, and to have that function, that cost me like $50,000 to buy that Google search box to put it on my website, back in my office. And if you do a search for any of those practice management softwares, Dentrix, EagleSoft, SoftDent, PracticeWorks, you read those threads, it's always a bitching, whining, moaning thread. Yeah. But you go to Open Dental, it's always raving fans. It's just people who just can't help themselves but to log on and say how much they loved it. So that is the deal. So, okay, this is Dentistry Uncensored, so let me ask the crude, rude, vulgar question. They're all thinking, well, what does this cost me? And wouldn't it be cheaper to hire someone to do this in-house? Or, does it cost more money to outsource? Or or do I save money because it's not an employee? Talk about cost.
Well, with cost wise, that's one of the biggest things there. You save a lot of money whenever you outsource to Go Virtual Assistant. Say if you hire someone, you have to worry about holiday, you have to worry about sick time, vacation, all of that extra stuff that's involved with it. With Go Virtual Assistant, you're just paying a flat rate. I don't charge by, the insurance, or we don't charge by the hour or anything like that. We just charge a flat monthly rate.
And what is
And
the monthly rate?
it's dependent on the size of the office. Say, for instance, if you're just a one doctor, two hygienist office, then typically, your fee is going to be less than what you would pay probably a part-time employee. So you're looking at probably in the $700, $800 range per month.
Yeah, and nobody has an employee for $700 a month
Yeah.
unless it's your.
Especially not an employee with 10 years experience.
Yeah, the only person that works that cheap would be your mom or your sister.
Yeah. Or your wife. A lot of
or your wife. Yeah. So insurance. For a one doctor, two hygienists, $700 is the most. If someone really wasn't didn't know if this is a fit or not, how can they talk to you?
Yes.
How would they get a hold of you?
Well, they can either call me. What I recommend is that I have my own little Go Virtual Assistant phone. Call me on my mobile phone anytime. You can also go
What's that number?
910-587-4243.
That's 910-587-4243, and that's your Go Virtual Assistant mobile phone to talk to new clients?
Yes, yes.
And then what about email?
You can email. Right now, just email govirtualassistant@outlook.com.
And what is that? I just been seeing that. Usually everybody has an AOL or a Gmail. What is at Outlook.com?
Outlook. It's through Hotmail and MSN. I just like that a little bit better. It deals with a lot of Microsoft.
So it's through Hotmail. Does Microsoft own Hotmail now?
I think so.
So it's a Hotmail. So it's a Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been seeing that more and more and more and more. So what other? So would you say what percent of your business is doctors calling you up and saying, I just want to outsource insurance verification, or are there other services that you do? And could you go through all the services and tell us like what percent of your business is those? I mean, is that the main thing, or is there?
Yes, the insurance verification is the main thing. Eventually we do, because we want to keep it personal. So we want to make sure that we have someone to handle each and every office and be more on a personal level. We do the claims management, the account management, and things like that. But for right now, we're just focusing on the insurance verifications. I want to master this part first and then move on over to the next phase.
And the next phase will be what?
The claims management.
And what does that mean?
Well, basically, we will be managing the claims. If you need,
You mean account receivables from insurance,
Yes.
30, 60, 90, 120?
Yep, that is absolutely correct.
So right now you're doing insurance verification
Yes.
for new patients and existing patients?
Yes, we can do the entire schedule if you like. That's really what we want to do, is the entire schedule. But whether you do it for the entire schedule or if we're just doing it for the new patients that are calling in or your emergency patients, it's still going to be the same price.
So you're out there in Georgia, which is east of the Mississippi River, and in America, 75% of Americans live east of the Mississippi River, but the other 25% live west of the Mississippi River. So what do you do for different time zones, like say California? Because when those guys are closing, you're probably going to bed. That's 2 hours later. Do you cover California?
We have a team for that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have a
Yes, we have a team for that time zone. So that client will be designated to that team.
Oh, that's interesting, because when you got to go to work at 7 o'clock, the New York dentists have already been in their office for 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's a big country. So do you cover Hawaii?
Not right now, we don't, but eventually we will.
There's not enough pineapple out there to change your mind.
Yeah.
So what or when you do insurance verifications, are some insurance companies easy to work with, or do some just far more difficult? I mean, do you have your favorites that you work with, and do you have your nightmares?
No, they're all kind of difficult, honestly.
They're all equally difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, the maximum in insurance that they spend all their time collecting the premiums and no time paying the claims. Is that about what you experience?
Yes. Yes, that is exactly what I experienced.
Do you think they do that on purpose to control their costs and their overhead by making it very, very more difficult to submit and receive payment?
I do at times. It seems like sometimes, I don't know if it's true or not, but sometimes the insurance rep will almost give you false information. And it's like this little thing in the back of your head, and you say, hey, let me call them back just to make sure that the next representative says the exact same thing. I don't know exactly, but I feel like it's something going on with the insurance company when it comes to things like that.
Yeah, it is a yeah, I I agree. And the other thing that's weird about the insurance companies is they don't run with their dentist homies. I mean, it's like you can go to a convention and not see one dental insurance person, booth, friend. I mean, you can meet a dentist that retired at 75 years old and say, name one person who works for a dental insurance company that they don't. It's almost like two separate societies
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
without any overlap. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Mm-hmm.
So how did you get into dentistry? What's your story? How did you get into dentistry?
Well, I started off in dentistry after I finished school. I was working actually at a private practice. I started working as a treatment coordinator there. I moved up from being just a treatment coordinator in the private practice and moved up into being an office manager. I relocated to the Atlanta area because I'm originally from North Carolina. I relocated to the Atlanta area and I came aboard in a corporate dental office and I moved up to being the practice administrator. So I've been in the dental field now for about 8 years.
And you thought it was a good idea to switch from being a panther to a falcon? I
at,
mean, did you?
at the time,
You told this to Cam Newton and he agreed that it was a good idea to move out of North Carolina and go all the way to Georgia. Are you
at,
regretting your decision now?
yes, mhm, yes.
Well, I'm just so damn proud of you. I mean, that you started your own business. I mean, how many people that you know go from treatment coordinator to front office manager to open up her own damn business? I just think that's cooler than hell. I'm so damn proud of you.
Thank you very much.
So that's why I wanted to podcast you to expose you and turn you on to more clients. How is your business doing? How many years? You said it's 4 to 5 years old now.
Yes, yes.
And how's it going? Are you glad you're doing it, or do you wish that you would have stayed as the safety of a treatment coordinator, an office manager, or a stable employee job versus that high risk? I started my own business, sink or swim. What do you think of that decision you made?
I love it. It's probably one of the best decisions I've made thus far. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love interacting with the new people, getting to know the new clients. I just love it.
Well, that is awesome. So, what is the downside of it? Do you seem more stressed because you own your own business? Where some days you,
There's definitely more stress involved with it. I mean, this is my baby, so of course it's going to be a little more stress involved with it.
yeah. Well, so how do you think we could? How do you think I can help? My job is I want to help my homies. I mean, they come out of dental school and they're trained in algebra, physics, and chemistry, and then they graduate. 1 hour later, they own a business and have to make payroll. And somewhere in 8 years of college, they never thought it was a wise idea to sit down and teach you how to do payroll on Quicken, or
Hmm.
I didn't learn how to file one insurance claim after 8 years of college and $87,000 in student loans back then in the day. My job is to try to help these dentists get lower their stress faster, easier, higher quality. Give them your pitch. You're talking to several thousand dentists right now. Tell them how you're going to make their life easier, less stressful, and put more money in their back pocket if they give Arianna Cromartie a call at 910-587-4243.
Your life would be a lot easier. Going into the dental office, not having to worry about, for one, it's going to eliminate a lot of your payroll expenses. You don't have to hire someone to come in board and provide the services. I'm providing it to you. You don't have to worry about me calling out sick. You don't have to worry about a vacation time. You don't have to worry about anything, but you're still going to be receiving insurance verifications. You're still going to be receiving accurate insurance verifications. I don't see why people wouldn't want to sign up with it. There's no long-term contracts. I don't make you sign any long-term contracts. Everything is done month to month. And on top of that, the rate is a lot cheaper than a full-time employee.
And then I gotta ask you a crazy question. What percent of dental offices do you think don't even verify their insurance claims and just do the work and then submit it and don't even just blindly don't even know what they're doing?
It's greater than what I thought it was. Honestly, I didn't know that offices really didn't do that. I
Oh
didn't know
God.
that.
I'm 53. I mean, I've been in this deal a long time. I mean, what percent do you think it is?
I would say probably about 40%.
Yeah, I was thinking half. So
Mm-hmm.
I got a way I know I can help you plug your new startup that I'm so proud of you that you did. Is you should write an article for Dental Town magazine. That goes to 125,000 us every month, and electronically it goes all over about the importance of the most offices are half of them aren't verifying. The
Yes.
half that do, they just have one person. The dentist doing the root canal, I guarantee you, she's never done it one time in her life. And then here you are, that's all you do, and you got a company, and you're doing 10, 20, 30 times that any dental office would do. You should write an article on the business of verifying insurance, giving away your secrets. This is how you do it. This is how we recommend doing it. And then at the end of that article, say, oh, and by the way, if you don't want to do this, and you got better things to do, I'll do it for you.
Yeah,
What do you think of that idea?
that is awesome.
And
That's
and I also think if you made an online CE course, I don't know if the doc would watch it or not, but I bet you a lot of them would make their front desk people watch it.
Mhm.
And then at the front desk, they might sit there and say, okay, so half the dentists watching that thing don't even do it. The other half doing it. At the end of the show, they might go, man, she's at a different level than we are. And I think with dentists, you always know when a dentist is walking across the room because he's so tight his butt squeaks when he walks. I think the selling point with the dentist, if you can show them that you can do it lower cost than having Adrian up front do it in his office instead of Arianna over in Georgia, that'll perk their ears up every time. I mean, dentists are they. I wouldn't call them cheap because I think cheap's derogatory. That you're just cheap for no reason. I think dentists, like engineers, like mathematicians,
Mhm.
Vegas has they rank all the industries for who they want to attract for gambling. And the number one is rodeo people, and number two are bowlers, and the only person lower than a dentist is an engineer.
Oh, wow.
And I'm a dentist. I don't want to go sit on a blackjack table and throw away several $100s. I'd rather go buy something tangible or go to a show or a dinner or whatever. So dentists are they're smart. They're wickedly smart people. I mean they got A's in calculus, physics, geometry. They don't waste money. And if you can convince them that you'll do it faster, easier, higher quality, and lower in cost, you'll explode your business.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you email me, I'm Howard at Dentaltown. The guy doing the online CE is Hogo, Howard Goldstein. So he's Hogo at Dentaltown because there's two Howards. So I'm Howard at dentaltown.com. He's Hogo at dentaltown.com. You should do an online CE course with him, and then do an article for Dentaltown magazine. That's Tom Giacobbe, Tom at dentaltown.com. And then with this podcast and the other selling feature I'd try to get a lot of the bad guy in dentistry now is corporate America. They're all afraid of the Heartlands and the Aspens and the Pacific Dentals. And if you can sit there and get any specifics on, they're doing this, they're building call centers. I mean, like I say, my friend Rick Workman says the only thing holding back the growth of their outsourcing from all their offices to a central location is they can't hire employees fast enough. And then
Mhm.
you're the perfect answer to that.
Yeah. That is
And
absolutely correct.
yeah, so well, anything else you wanted to say?
Um, I
Anything
just
else you
want
want to talk about?
As many, I would love for people to contact me if they have any questions, if they have any, possible concerns, let me address it to them. As far as the insurance verifications, I really, really, really feel like Go Virtual Assistant is going to help the office tremendously. I have not had one complaint from any of the clients saying, hey, you guys are doing a terrible job, or hey, you guys were a waste of money. If anything, I'm getting the referrals and things like that. So I would just recommend anyone to call and ask me the questions that they may have. 910-587-4243. Just give me a call and let me answer them for them.
And why did you name it Gold Virtual Assistant instead of frankincense or myrrh virtual assistant? That's what I was wondering.
Because we're just as good as gold. You knew the answer to that.
I love that joke. So these three wise men show up at the manger, and one brings gold, one brings frankincense. But wait, there's myrrh. All my jokes are pretty stupid, but hey, seriously, I think you covered it all. Anything else you want to say, or?
No, I think that might be it.
All right. Well, hey, young lady, and another thing you might want to do is every year we hold the townie meeting in Las Vegas, and
Mm-hmm.
so in Dental Town there's like 205,000 dentists, but 1,500 of them, just post all day long and all that stuff. You might want to go to Vegas because if you spent 2 or 3 days, talking to those, and you got what I think is the best marketing thing in the world. This is the secret marketing weapon. Not so much an ad in Dental Town or blah blah. Get some of the people who have 5, 10, 20, 30,000 posts. Get 1 or 2 of those as one of your clients, and then they're on the message board. So if I go to a party and say, "Hey, I'm great," everybody's like, "Oh, you're an egomaniac." But if someone else walks in and says, "Hey, see that fat bald guy over there? He's great." So if you get someone else talking about you, so I would go on Dental Town and say, "Who are these people that are posting every day?" Try to get some of them as a client. And one good way to get some of them as a client is go to the townie meeting and stay up and get drunk with them at the bars till 3 in the morning. And if you can win some of those people over that are going to shout out to the whole world, they'll be your biggest marketing, and it won't cost you a dime.
Yeah, that is true. That's really true.
Unless you have a severe gambling and drinking problem, then maybe
No,
Vegas isn't
I
the.
don't think that'd be an issue.
That won't be an issue. Okay. And I love going to Vegas just because it'll be our 15th meeting, and the city of Las Vegas still does not have a restraining order against me. I don't know,
Not
but it's
yet.
not yet, not yet. That's my goal.
Year.
That's my goal. Well, hey, darling, again, thank you so much for doing this. And again, as someone with an MBA and a self-made millionaire, I just said, but you're like my daughter now. The fact that I'm just so proud of you that you busted out from the safety of the security of a guaranteed paycheck to start your own company. And I just love entrepreneurs. I love them all. And you're an entrepreneur, and that's why I called you. You did not call me. I called you, and I checked out on you, and I looked into you and all that stuff, and I didn't hear anything but amazing, great things about you.
Thank
So
you.
your reputation is already gold, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
All right. Maybe I'll see you in Vegas someday.